Hi, everyone. Welcome to the last part of our lecture. We are talking about child welfare and health, and then we're going to talk about volunteering. Let's go ahead and jump on into child welfare and health. The purpose of child welfare and health is really just making sure that children are cared for. Those that are maladjusted or delinquent or that have had some neglect or abuse. We want to make sure all children have the care and health that they need in order to have positive outcomes. The agencies exist to improve and protect the well being, and this includes all areas physical, emotional, and intellectual. There are typically four types of programs or agencies. They break down into protective, child care, foster care, and adoption. Protective is all about making sure children are not being abused or neglected. The reports typically start with a doctor or a physician, a teacher, or a neighbor. Then that can lead into an investigation. If that investigation finds warranted information that child abuse and neglect might be happening, the child will be removed from the home. The next area I want to talk to you about is childcare. Childcare is typically given to children 2 to 5 years of age, but it can be given to infants and toddlers, as well as some extended day programs if that's necessary. The third area is foster care. That's for children who have been removed from the house due to neglect or child abuse. Those agencies oversee their housing, their clothing, their medical, and their dental, as well as they'll give counseling to foster care parents if needed. And the last area for child welfare and health is adoption. And this is an area for children who have been removed because of child abuse and neglect that are in foster care, or for children that have deceased parents. All right, so let's take a look at some of the agencies that exist to advocate. The first one I want to talk to you about is the Child Welfare League of America. Their vision is that every child will grow up in a safe, stable, and supportive family and community. They basically work together to bring public and private agencies together in order to advocate. They're doing a lot of things around making sure children are not being abused or neglected, and they're looking at it from the whole ecological context of every single layer. So they're bringing government together as well as local communities and families in order to make this happen. The next agency that advocates I want to tell you about is the Child Defense Fund. Now, this grew out of the civil rights movement and actually was funded by a woman named Miriam Wright Edelman, and she was the first Black woman admitted to the Mississippi bar. The focus is to advocate for all children, but they focus specifically on children of low socioeconomic status and minorities, and really to prevent and have them have positive outcomes. Now, I put at the bottom here kind of the 5 pillars that the program functions on. The first one being equity. They really have this vision that all have the ability to benefit and prosper given the right supports. After that comes compassion. Compassion is at the heart of it, placing marginalized people as the focus by sharing and seeking empathy for those groups. The next one is trust. They want people to be transparent and accountable, listening and working together. So really having that piece of accountability. After that comes love and understanding that love is a practice model. We teach it, we practice it. It is a labor. That's our work is a labor of love. And the final pillar is justice. They want to address the root causes, of transferring power, understanding that the system is bigger than just putting a Band-Aid on it. There is definitely some root pieces that have to be addressed in order for things to improve for children, especially in marginalized populations. The next one I want to talk to you a little bit about is the National Parent-Teacher Association. This was founded in 1897 by Alex McLean, Bernie, and Phoebe Arias-Hurst. This was founded when women did not have the right to vote, and social activism was not popular. So it's pretty significant that these women decided to come together and try and make a social change for children. They really believed that mothers could have some impact and improve the lives of children. When it first started, it was pretty small, but over time, it's definitely grown. There's a lot of different sectors in the country at this point in time, and they've achieved a lot of great things. They've created kindergarten classes. They've helped with child labor laws, public health service. They have helped embed hot and healthy lunch programs and juvenile justice systems and mandatory immunizations, arts and education and school safety. They've worked on a lot of issues. Those are kind of some highlights of things that they've helped address in our country. Moving forward, let's go ahead and talk really quickly about volunteering, and then you can be done with lecture for the week. Volunteering. So why volunteer? All about volunteering is being an active member, community member by providing help when needed and participating in issues that impact the community. That's why kind of the heart of what volunteering is, right? And there's 2 different reasons that volunteering is important. The first one is community reasons. How does it contribute to the community? Well, it helps conserve resources. So if you are volunteering or someone is volunteering, there is less money being spent to pay someone to do that job. It also helps in establishing a shared goal or purpose, and it addresses the needs of the community. So what's actually being done is directly benefiting the community in which it exists. And it maximizes impact because everybody is so invested. So it's going to have a larger impact than if you were to pay someone to do it. Now, outside of community reasons to volunteer, there are individual reasons to volunteer as well, including understanding what your community needs. You gain a deeper insight into what is happening, how does it function. You're able to share what you know. So you have a special skill set that maybe somebody else doesn't have, and you're able to share that with everybody else. And then when other people come along and volunteer alongside you, you learn from them as well. So you're sharing your skill set, and you're learning other skill sets from other people. It also contributes to your own self worth, self esteem, and being valued. The sense of contributing has that effect. And you're exposed to more diverse people, which helps broaden your horizons and helps a deeper cultural understanding. And you also get more acceptance from that. Now, with that in mind, volunteering and being part of the community are important. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is available at the college, at Folsom Lake College, that you can be part of as part of the community, either volunteering or being part of an organization. I'm going to take you to the website just to give you a quick look at it. There are a lot of different clubs and student leadership opportunities at the college. I'm just going to scroll down so you can see it. There's Associated Students of FLC, College Club, Student Ambassador, Civic and Voter Empowerment, Student Success Support Teams, Studying Abroad, all of those things. Just to take a quick look at the different college clubs before I let you go in this last part of the lecture. There are a lot of clubs. As you can see, Finance Club, STEM Club, Modern Day Media, Mutual Aid Club, Starlight Book Club. These are pending clubs, so they're kind of in process, but there are definitely options out there. Lots of different things to be a part of in the college and to make sure that you have some community involvement. If you had a hard time coming up with a third place for that discussion board, I encourage you to take a look at what the college has to offer. They might be a great place to be your third place. With that in mind, I'm going to stop here and I will see you at the Watch and Work. I hope everyone's having a great week. Always remember to reach out to me if you need support. All right, I'll see you there. Bye.